cool. All right, so we're recording. So welcome to our very casual, makeup-free
Get the ball!
Orientation. There we go. Again, everybody's gonna have a chance to ask questions and get started on your business, and just let me help you with what to do to be able to move forward. First of all, hang on. Stop flips. I'm excited you guys are on. You know, you're at that moment where it's super exciting. You're a brand new coach. You're super excited. There's all this information coming at you. Your Facebook notifications are blowing up and probably feeling both overwhelmed and excited, kind of all thrown together and mixed together. And that's totally normal, but you're in the right place. You know, as a new coach, for me, I didn't have a system of support to engage with, and it took me a really long time, like a year and a half, to figure this thing out, to get over my fear, to really start moving my business forward. When I look back on it now, I don't know why I didn't quit, because it literally took me about a year and a half to figure out what to do. So if it takes you a week and a half or a month and a half, you're way further along than I was. So just take heart knowing your needs you need, and to have your questions answered, and that it's normal to feel a little bit lost at first. Just a few quick tips on how to. The most important thing for you to do as a new coach is to access the training materials that are available to you. If you go to the pinned post in either one of my team pages, go to the pinned post, and everything that you need to be able to move through each stage of this business is in there. There are links to YouTube greatest hits playlists that I've put together. There's one for new coaches, there's one for coaches pushing for diamond, and then there's another one for coaches that are trying to advance to star diamond level. So no matter where you are in the business, those playlists will be an immensely valuable tool for you to be able to find the answers that you need. And what will happen is, when you're accessing those videos on YouTube, you'll watch one on a certain topic, and over on the right-hand side, you'll see dozens more suggested videos on that same topic for you. So if it's something that you really struggle with, let's say social media, you know, trying to figure out what to post on social media, when, how to use it to move your business forward, watch the video I've assigned on that topic, and then look over to the side in the column, and you'll find a whole host of other Beachbody coaches that have also taught on that same subject matter. And what you'll figure out is that there's probably some really top level coaches out there whose teaching style you really like. You just get them. You know, the way they teach, the graphics they use, the way they speak, their story, it really just allows you to learn. Don't be afraid to just follow that rabbit trail and go and watch all their stuff and learn from them. So be sure you're accessing the pinned post in my team pages. Everything you need is right there. There's also comments underneath those posts where you can see what questions other coaches have asked, see what answers I gave, and you can also ask questions there too and tag me so that I can help you with that. Okay, second layer of where to go for information and training is in the training groups that I have. So you all should be in my group called Fresh and Fit University New Coach Bootcamp. If you go to that group, say you want to know about running challenge groups, go to the search bar within that group, not the top level search bar for Facebook, but the group search bar, and type in challenge groups. And everything that we've talked about, challenge groups, will come up from within that training. You can go through training posts I've done on that. You can look at questions other coaches have asked and see the answers that are there for you. So truly, you've got a diamond mine of information that you can go find exactly what you need. And everybody's different. Everybody has different weaknesses and different strengths. And so I try to put together an overall review of how to make this business work for each person, but you're the only one that knows where you feel like you need more. Okay? So For me, I'm really weak in processes and details. I hate that stuff. I love to talk to people, and I love big ideas, and I love inspiration. So I'm great there. But when it comes to the nitty-gritty details of stuff, I'm constantly trying to go out there and find out what other coaches are doing, because I'm really weak in that. And for you, you may be the complete opposite. So I provide a framework for you to find the training you need, and then you have to kind of go, all right, where am I struggling? Where do I feel like a complete idiot? Where am I strong? And then gauge the training that you go seek out based on that. Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Yeah. And if you ever need suggestions on, good resources or personal development in order to develop a certain weakness that you're struggling with, ask in our team pages, and people will let you know. They'll come in droves to tell you what's worked for them. And again, we're all different. So it's a real unique process, and you get to be your own boss, which is the beautiful thing about this. Nobody needs another boss or mama in their life, right? Or bossy aunt or grandmother or neighbor. So you get to take inventory of what you want from this, what you feel like you're lacking in, and you get to find that one thing. And I love that. That's my favorite thing about this. There's always a chance to grow, and you get to decide how and when and what you do with that. Now, with that said, I don't want you to feel alone or lost. So as new coaches, it's really important that you guys stay engaged with where I am. Get on these Zoom calls, get on our team calls on Thursday nights, get on the National Wake Up Call on Monday mornings, constantly be checking in our team page with me, with your fellow coaches. Get to know some of the other new coaches that you see their names popping up every time I tag you, and you see the same dozen set of names of other new coaches. Friend them on Facebook. See what they're posting about. Get ideas from them. If there's someone you really connect with, say, hey, what do you think about us getting together and running a challenge group together? It's a lot scarier to partner up than it is to do it on your own. And a lot of times, let's say, Destiny's really strong in one area and Amy's really strong in another, and you guys can blend your gifts together. All of a sudden, where Destiny feels nervous and scared, Amy's like, oh, I've got that, and vice versa. So those are some good tips to help you just start to take steps forward and in confidence and feeling empowered and equipped. And the last thing I want to tell you is that I really don't know what I'm doing still. I'm just like failing forward constantly. And I love that every phase of this business is a new adventure. That's what keeps me completely in love with this, because it's always asking me to grow. It's always asking me to challenge myself. I love that. I'm addicted to that, and you will be too. But don't think for 1 second that anyone has this all figured out. All of us are simply continuing to put ourselves out there and see what connects with other people, and just try to go out with your heart to help others, and you can't fail. You can't fail. If your true intention is to help somebody else have hope and inspire them, you can't fail. It's just impossible. If that's your true intention and you're using the skills that you're learning in our team and our trainings, you're not going to fail. There will be people that tell you no. There will be, some of my newest coaches told me no for a year and a half, or not right now, it's not a good time. I need to wait for this, wait for that. And that's okay. It's not rejection. It's just not right now, I tease her about it all the time, but the very top coach of my team, Brandy Trammell, she's also my best friend. She wasn't before coaching. We became best friends because of this business. She told me no for an entire year. No, Miranda, leave me alone. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want it. Emphatically no for an entire year. And now she is 4-star diamond qualifying, the top earner on my team, and my best friend. So just a little bit of encouragement for you guys to know where to go, what to do, and kind of what to expect. And now I want to know what your questions are. Amy, it looks like you kind of have a moment where you're able to focus and listen. So I'm going to address your question first that you posted in the team page, because I know you're at a basketball game with your daughter. Let me read it exactly as you typed it on. Okay, Amy's question is that she doesn't understand about how to post. How often should she post on social media, and how long should the post be? And she also wants us to throw her some courage. So I love that. Hopefully you feel encouraged just by being on here tonight and kind of hearing some things to help you go, oh, okay, all right, I can do that. Social media, real quick, you should post 3 to 5 times a day. You can do short posts all day long and do one meaningful, heartfelt post around bedtime. You know, anytime between 8 and 9:15 p.m. is a great time. You know, if you think about it, like right now, I'm in my pajamas. My kids are in bed reading books. My husband's kind of, you know, checking on them, getting them tucked in. I'm kind of shutting down for the night. That's the time of day when people reflect on their day. That's the time of day when we think about our lives, what we're happy with, what we're unhappy with, what we want to change, dreams that we have, things that we're worried about, fears. All that comes up as we kind of get ready to go to bed. We're thinking about today and tomorrow. So that's when you really want to post something that reaches out there to women, and they can read Amy's post and go, oh, me too. Like, I struggle with getting my workout in every day, but Amy's getting it done, and she's telling me how she's doing it. I can do that. Or, you know, I struggle with self-doubt, and here's Destiny telling me how, you know, this last year of battling cancer taught her that she has strength that she's never known before. And so this thing that I'm going through that's really dragging me down, I'm going to watch Destiny and figure out, you know, how she's learning to believe in herself. That's the stuff you want to post at night. You know, that woman that's sitting on the couch eating a pint of ice cream because she feels like the 50 pounds she needs to lose are never going to come off, so why try? And she's totally stressed out. She's got no energy. She's worn her out. You know, think about your friends, times in your life when you've been stuck, how you felt, what you thought, what helped you get out of it, and share that. It can be Beachbody related. It can be personal development related. It can be friendships and relationships that you're cultivating in our team. It can be spiritual, faith-based, something about your marriage, anything it's meaningful to life. You want to do that at night. So if no other post at all ever, post in the evening before you go to bed. Does that make sense? Okay. And as far as the other posts go, you know, just share that you did your workout and how you feel. Like maybe you totally kicked butt on some, you know, and just share. Today I held a plank for 10 seconds instead of 1. Yay me. Share that you drank your shake and what you put in it today and how you're experimenting with different recipes and you've found one you really love and you're so excited. Share a short picture of your lunch when you made a healthy choice or a bad choice or whatever, and tell about how you feel and whether that's taking you towards your goals or away, and just share your journey. Just be real. Be totally real. So 3 to 5 times a day is best. But if all else fails, get in that evening post and just share about your life. Get a little vulnerable. Tell your story. You know, we all have thousands of stories to tell of things we're overcoming, lessons we've learned, obstacles that we've defeated. People need to hear that. They need to know that you struggle, that you're real. And that gives them hope. It gives them hope. And it'll make them feel comfortable reaching out to you because they feel like, oh, she gets me. You know, one of my favorite things is to go back to the person I used to be, and I'll literally lay down on my pillow and I'll think to myself, you know, the girl I was 5 years ago, what was she laying here on this pillow thinking about? You know, I was worried that I wasn't going to stay married. I was worried that my electricity was going to get shut off again. I was worried my car was going to get repossessed. I was terrified for my daughter's health. And then I try to post from that place, like, what helped me get out of that? What answers did I find? So that was kind of long to answer your question, but I hope that helps you kind of start to get some ideas. And also go to other coaches' walls and see what they're posting. You know, Katie Carter and Katie McGilvray from our team are just like natural born social media people, I think they have an extra gene or something because they're just naturally good at it. I've had to work at it. But follow them and see what they're doing. They're totally different in their approaches, but they're both really, really good at connecting and just being real. So check out what they're doing and kind of go, oh, okay, kind of take their idea, don't copy and paste it, but take their idea, put it in your words, put your own picture with it, and post it. See how it goes. And remember that only between 7 and 16% of your Facebook audience sees your post. So if it bombs and no one likes or comments, just delete it and try it again at another time of day and see if it does better at a different time of day. Not everybody's going to see your bad post. Oh, okay. What other questions do you guys have? Haley and Destiny, I would love to get to some of your questions.
Is Haley on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. As far as like running your business, I'm a stay-at-home mom with a 4-year-old right now. And so I've had a couple people, shoot me a message because of my post, and I try to respond right back because I'm trying to build this. But do you set like a certain time during your day where you just focus on Beachbody?
Yes. And let me help you before you hurt yourself. You treat people how to treat you. And
right.
if every time someone messages you, you're right there, they start to expect that from you. And then if you're in a situation where you're trying to take care of your child and you can't get to them for a couple of hours or even, God forbid, a day, they're going to think you're mad at them, that you don't care, that you've abandoned them. So keep business hours and be clear about that. If you're talking to someone, say, I'm still really new at this and I don't have all the answers yet to your question. So let me get with my coach and find out what direction we need to go, and I'll get back with you. My business hours are 1 to 3 in the afternoon while my child is napping, and I'll be sure to get back to you as quick as I can. But if it's not until tomorrow between 1 and 3, just understand that those are my working hours. So don't be afraid to set that out there. Otherwise, this will rule your life, and you don't want that. You want this to give you freedom, not make you a slave to Facebook.
Right.
Okay? And it's totally fine to say, I'm still new at this and I don't know exactly what I'm doing. So let me talk to my coach and I'll get back to you. That's totally fine.
I was afraid to say that because I know some people might take that as, oh my gosh, you don't know what she's doing. So why do I want to sign up with her? Or why would I want to do Shakeology when she has no clue? Yeah. So I've been trying to stay away from that, and then I get all like panicky because I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? And, I've messaged you like, oh my God. So
no, it's totally fine. And if you think about it, Destiny, let's say you're talking to somebody and they're kind of interested in the coaching aspect too, but they feel like they don't know enough or that they're not a fitness expert. And hearing you say, I'm still new and I don't know this yet, let me go ask my coach, that lets them know that if they sign up with you, they don't have to know everything yet, and they're going to have somewhere and somebody to go to ask questions. And so I think that's a lot more relatable than if you have all the answers. And I battle that a lot because I've been doing this for so long. I do have most of the answers when I'm talking to a new coach or someone who's coming on as a new challenger. And so I always encourage my new coaches to use that. Let them know that you're still learning and that it's perfectly okay for them to join your team as a coach too, and y'all can learn together. That's actually really powerful to kind of team up and say, we're gonna learn this together. And it gives you a chance to say, I've got this team page I can go to, I can go to my coach and ask for help. There's these different things, So that's actually really okay to say. And you can't possibly know everything about all the Shakeology ingredients or all the workout programs. That's going to take time to be able to know that. So I always like to have coaches use the phrase, all I know is, and then fill in the blank with whatever you know so far. So for you, Destiny, it could be, all I know is I'm finally starting to have some energy to keep up with my kiddo during the day because Shakeology is giving me this great energy, and I can't work out right now. And so, I'm really leaning on this to give me some results. Just all I know is, and fill in the blank with what you know so far. And that's your story. One of my favorite quotes is, facts tell, but stories sell. So you could know the entire ingredient list on the bag of Shakeology, and that's not relatable. But hearing you say, I'm still restricted on workouts right now. Hi, baby girl.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're totally fine. She's cool. Kids are welcome.
Okay. Did you take ibuprofen? Did you take ibuprofen today? Okay. No, it's not time to take another one. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, Destiny. Babies come first, always.
Well, we're getting over the surgery on her ears, and so
Yeah.
she's doing good. So
Good. That's awesome. Awesome. So anyway, good question. Good question. Anything else I can help you with on that?
no, I think you answered it perfectly.
Okay, cool. You did message me earlier about someone that was interested in 21 Day Fix.
She was first started messaging me over Shakeology, and she's a blunt person. I've known her for a long time, and she's like, "How much does it cost?" And so I didn't start off with giving her how much it costs. I kind of started off. Well, let me ask you some questions. Let me see what engaging in her, and then and she kept saying, she was interested and excited, and then I approached her about 21 Day Fix because she's having issues with eating and stuff like that. And then she always comes back with, well, how much does Shakeology cost? And I don't want to say, well, it depends. Right. I don't know how to exactly answer, how to go about that, answering that for her.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with someone that's really blunt and kind of in your face, like, how much does it cost?
Right.
I always say, the price varies drastically depending on how you go. And so let me ask you some questions to figure out the best plan for you. Because if she's going to get it in a challenge pack with 21 Day Fix, she's going to save like $80 than if she were to buy that separately. And so I always just say that. I just say, before I can give you any kind of pricing estimate, I have to figure out what the best fit is for you. So let's talk a little bit about your goals. And, pricing can vary so much depending on what we decide is best for you. So that's what I do. And that helps a person who's like, give me the price. That helps them go, oh, okay, so there's some options. There's not like one big price on this. There's several different ways that we can go. And then they can kind of step back and soften and breathe and listen to your questions and give you some more information.
Okay.
So that's the ticket right there. That'll help you a lot. And you're doing great. Not giving her the price and going over her goals and asking questions and telling her about 21 Day Fix, that's perfect. You're doing great. That's awesome. Okay. And if you ever want to screenshot a conversation you're having and send it to me and say, help, I don't know what to say next. Feel free to do that, especially for your first few people, because it is hard to know how to guide that conversation at first.
Right.
For sure. Okay, so Hallie was on, or Haley. Is it Haley?
Yeah.
She was on, and then it looks like she got off, but she did put a question in the chat box that I want to answer because I think it's really powerful. Okay. And I am recording this, and so hopefully she can get the answer to this later. But I think other coaches will really be appreciative that she had the courage to ask this. She said, how do I help others when I don't have faith or worth myself? And I think that's such an important question to put out there and ask, because secretly all new coaches feel that way. And honestly, I struggle with that sometimes too. And I think that's where, instead of focusing on having it all together yourself before you help somebody else, your job as a coach is simply to share your story and share your journey, the good, the bad, the ugly. The honest struggle that, I'm a coach and I feel silly even saying that because I don't have myself together yet. I'm still struggling to figure out this nutrition thing, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I do know I have a group of women supporting me, And that's going to be my, my safe place to fall as I mess up through this thing. Just be completely honest. And people get hung up on that word coach, and you see all these super fit coaches out there with six-pack abs and these amazing transformations. And when you're not there yet, it's easy to compare yourself to that and go, who am I to call myself a coach? But that's a lie, because they had a journey too. You're just seeing them at a different phase. And so wherever you are, you have to stand firm on the fact that you've been called to this time and this place for a purpose and a reason for your life and for people around you. And you're not going to have complete faith in yourself at first. You develop that confidence over time. But you stand firm on the fact that you need a change in your own life. Your family deserves that. And you have this inkling in your heart that you were made for more, and that there is something that you have to offer to someone else that will help them. And you hang on to that for dear life. You cling to that. And when you doubt it, you come to your team. You come to your coach and you say, I'm struggling with confidence. I don't feel good enough to put myself out there. And what you're going to see is the 400 other coaches in my team page go, me too. And this is how I'm overcoming it. And this is what I found that works for me. And they will rally around you and love you through it. And that's the culture that we have. We are your safe place to fall when you don't feel worthy, when you don't have faith in yourself. We will build you right back up. And it's always worth it. And one other thing to say about that is that ultimately it's not about you. When you're talking to someone else about their goals, it's not about you having faith in yourself. It's about you having faith in them and believing in them and being a friend. You don't have to have all the answers. You are a bridge to take them from where they are to where they need to be. And you're just a bridge. You're going to take them from where they are to putting them in my challenge group. You don't have to run your own challenge group yet. You're just going to say, hey, my coach has this awesome challenge group. There's all these women in there. They're supporting each other. They're checking in. They're getting results. You're just going to refer them to my challenge group. So you don't have to have faith in yourself yet. Have faith in me. Have faith in my 4.5 years of experience and stand on that. You're just a referral. You're just saying, hey, I'm in this group. You should come be in this group with me. All I know is I finally have support. I finally have something that's helping me have energy. I finally have accountability to work out. And this is what I'm doing. And the faith in yourself will come over time as you start to learn, as you grow, as you collect information and you collect your own stories of people getting transformations because of you. Nothing will build you up like that will. I mean, it's to this day. I posted on my wall about a girl in our challenge group that lost the first 5 pounds that she's been able to lose in the last year from 21 Day Fix this last month. She's been stuck, and I still get excited about sharing that. It makes me feel good to know that I helped her when nothing else worked for her. So that'll build faith in yourself and confidence as you start to collect those stories yourself. And don't expect to feel confident at first. I mean, man, the first insanity workout I did back in 2011 did not feel confident working out with Shanti. I couldn't keep up. My knees hurt so bad. I couldn't do all those crazy jumps. Did not feel confident. Now I can pop in an insanity workout, rock the whole thing, and go, yeah, killed it. But that doesn't happen overnight. It's the same thing with your business. It doesn't happen overnight. Give it a year. Give it a solid year of hardcore effort, and it will completely blow your mind. Completely. So I'm really proud of Haley for asking that question. I know that took courage, and I know she had to get off before I was able to answer it. But that's always the underlying question no one will ask. And so
right.
Props to her for asking that. That's awesome. Do you guys have anything else I can help you with before?
I do. I don't know if Amy does. I know that you had posted on yours about changing things up on, not pretty much babying your coaches and just, letting them take their business. Now, that doesn't necessarily go for us brand new newbies.
Not at all.
I read that. I was like, oh, And that got me doubting because I'm like, I don't know if I can do this,
No, you're fine.
And
No, I'm
okay.
talking about people who have been a coach for 2 and 3 years who don't maintain Emerald rank and go inactive and do all my trainings and then message me 14 billion times a day with, how do I do this? Where do I find that? I just can't. I don't know. That. So new coaches, no, you guys are top priority. You get my time and attention, and then people who are, moving forward in their business.
Right.
And I did a video earlier. I'm going to post in the team page here in a minute now that I have Wi-Fi. And I'll tell you where that came from. It's because I haven't had an upline coach to help me. And when I started building this team, I made a promise to myself that I would never let anyone feel alone in this business, that I would be there for them and I would do everything for them to create trainings and calls and a team culture where they felt supported, because I was so alone in figuring this out all by myself. I'm still alone in figuring it out. I have no one telling me what to do. No one hosts team calls that I can get on, except people way up in my upline. Finally, I've got access to that. But I realized that I made a mistake in taking that approach because I denied my coaches the ability to be their own boss. They looked to me to do everything because I was doing it. It's kind of like with kids. If you do everything for them, they never learn to do it themselves, right?
Right.
And not only did I do them a disservice, but I also have worn myself out and created some resentment with my family. And I don't want to model that for you guys. I don't want you guys to make that same mistake. So just changing things up a little bit and making myself available first and foremost to brand new coaches, because you guys need that support. And then secondarily to coaches who are moving their business forward, who are taking what I train and teach and using it and applying it. And I can see the growth and movement, for them. So yeah, I'm glad you asked about that. For sure.
I don't know if Amy has a question.
Yeah, Amy, do you have
walking.
something else? I know you look like you're in the dark walking. No, you're good? Okay, all right. Amy's been a coach a little bit longer than you, Destiny, so she's about 6 weeks ahead of you. She's been on a couple of Zooms with me before and had a chance to ask some questions. So if you have more questions, Destiny, I'll stay on.
Okay. I have on the training that you have us on, the boot camp training.
Yes.
I noticed that we can't post like questions, and it's not like I would like to post a question, not necessarily for you only, but whatever coaches out there that could give me, ideas or stuff like that. And we're not able to do that.
Yeah. Go to Team Fresh and Fit, the family.
Okay.
That's the group to post questions in, because there's like 400 people in there.
Okay.
And it's my entire downline.
Okay.
So, because in that training group that you're in, it's only new coaches. So they may not have answers for you. But if you go to the big team page, Team Fresh and Fit the Family, and you ask there, you'll get a ton of answers in there.
Okay.
And that's open. Anybody can post in there.
Okay.
So that's the best place to ask questions.
Sorry, I had all these questions I was trying.
No, go. Ask away.
I guess I know you're recording this, but since it's just me and you, I did have a question. You have the challenge group starting in March, coming up. I'm having surgery March 30th.
Okay.
So I didn't know how I was going to approach that. That's why I started the Hammer and Chisel today, so I can have 2 weeks of it and continue to post.
Sure.
But then it's like, how do I tell everybody, hey, go do this challenge group, but I have to be out for a little,
Yeah, that's a great question. And other coaches will find that relatable too, because we all have stuff like that. Like, I'm going on vacation, or I've got, this issue coming up. There's several different ways to work around that. First of all, over the next 2 weeks, you can share, what you're doing with Hammer and Chisel. You can talk about Shakeology, and you can tell them that I am about to start a 60 Days to Summer challenge group, and you can talk about, the atmosphere inside there, the resources, the support, the accountability, the energy, and just refer people to it, regardless of your surgery that's coming up. And you know, because that's irrelevant. I mean, that's just part of your life. They can start without you. It's totally fine. You
I
can
don't want
also,
to feel like not being a team player, you know, but like, here, go do this, but I'm not going to, you know, kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So,
but you can't. I mean, you're going to have surgery. So
right.
that's not a problem. That's life. That's, you know, that's just real right now. Um, you can also talk about the role of Shakeology and your workouts and your nutrition leading up to surgery and your plan for recovery afterwards, and how you're really trying to focus on your nutrition and drinking your shake every day, because you have been limited and you're about to have surgery and be limited again. And so it's a really great chance for you to talk about how it's not all about exercise. Yes, fitness is important, but nutrition and Shakeology are far more important. You can bring in your story with battling cancer. I mean, I know you celebrated your 1 year anniversary from diagnosis, and look what all you've come through this year.
Right.
You know, just share whatever's on your heart about this. I mean, it's got to be an emotional phase that you're in with that 1 year anniversary, and you've got the surgery coming up. Just let God use what he's doing in your life to speak through you. And when you don't know what to say, just ask him. Say, God, I know you want to use me for something. Just tell me what to say. Give me the words. Tell me what you want me to share. And he will provide. He will give you the words, and he will. And sometimes you'll go, oh, wow, I never would have even thought of that or approached it that way. But he will. He will. So really think about that. I mean, you can invite people to my challenge group regardless of whether or not you're going to start on the 28th or not. And you can still check in and post in the challenge group and let us know how you're recovering from your surgery, you know, how you're doing with resuming eating after anesthesia and using your shake to kind of get your body flooded with nutrition before and after to prevent you from getting sick. I know anesthesia often makes Sophie get sick. Like, if she's coming down with something, anesthesia will make it just kick in.
Right.
So just share your journey. You know, people already are so inspired by you and your strength and your positive outlook and your cute hats. You know, just keep being you.
My husband hates them, but
Oh, I think
thank
they're
you.
adorable. It's part of your brand now. You know, it's a cute.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, and I think I've shared it with you a while back, but when I was going through chemo, a coach that I knew was sending me Shakeology, and my ANC never dropped. And the
Wow.
doctors are always like, yeah, they're always like, normally your ANC goes woo up and down, up and down, and up and down. Mine just kept going higher and higher and higher and higher. I mean, it was going every time higher than the last.
Yeah, I know all about
Yeah.
those levels because they check those before you can get your treatment. And if they're too low, you can't get your chemo. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
People don't understand.
And I go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I go Dave to go have that all checked. You know, my every 3 months, and so you know, it would be cool to see. You know, but you know, and I would tell people, I don't know if Shakeology did it or you know, good Lord above or all of it above.
Yeah.
You know, but
For sure.
my aunts and the doctors like that's crazy. You know, and so that you know, I plan on sharing that too.
Yeah.
I've been trying to time it. You know, I guess.
Yeah. Even when you don't know exactly how to say it, just say that. Like if you're going to go on Facebook and you really want to share that little tidbit right there, just say, you know, I feel really awkward posting this because it's so personal and I couldn't even talk about this stuff for so long. But when I was going through chemo and they would check my labs every week before I could get my treatment, the doctors were amazed at how my ANC levels stayed up when most people's go up and down throughout chemo. And all I know is I was drinking Shakeology every day and I didn't have any problems with it. And it was just in my heart to share because somebody out there might need this hope or today. Just be totally honest that you feel weird sharing it and people will go, oh, wow, you know, that's real. So it doesn't always.
Well, that's what I struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to cut you off. That's what I struggle with, and I don't know if other coaches struggle with the fact that I don't share my stories, even, you know, not even including Beachbody or Shakeology, just my past stories. And I've always, whenever I've shared it with somebody, my journey, they're always like, oh my God, you need to write a book. And I just, every time I'm like, I don't want to, I feel like I'm burdening somebody or I'm playing the poor me. And then when I tell somebody, they can relate, and I'm like, so I'm still learning that it's okay to share, and so I get closed in, I guess.
Oh, sure. I've had to break down those walls in my own life because I think, especially as women, I think as little girls we're taught, you've got to look pretty, you've got to get good grades, you need to be well behaved, you've got to be well mannered, you need to be perfect and pleasing for everybody that you're around. And then we get to adulthood and we're like, wait a minute, I don't always look good. I don't always feel confident. I don't always, want to please everybody. And then we don't know how to be real anymore.
Right.
And so it's hard. It's really hard as a new coach to get past that. But it's also liberating and really freeing to go, I'm just going to quit worrying what anybody else might think. And I'm going to share the story God's given me because I've got this one life and I need to make it count.
Okay, go lay down, baby. You go to the doctor tomorrow. You can tell him, okay? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You need to go because we've been on for a while.
Yes, ma'am, I do. Yeah. But I really appreciate you. One more question, just real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know how many new coaches you have, but do you, like, every once in a while or, after you see what we've been doing, talk to us about, okay, these are the goals I have for you, or, I have these, like, for me, Destiny, I see these goals that, you can work on and stuff like that, because I'm more like, okay, she gives me goals, I'm going to work on it, versus I feel like I'm flying,
Absolutely. You need a specific task to go do.
Right.
Great question, and that's a great thing to wrap up with. The first thing that you should do as a new coach is hit Emerald rank, and that's to sign up your first two coaches. It can be your husband, your mom, your best friend, your grandma, your neighbor, your sibling. It can be two people that you simply reach out to and go, I'm going to give this business a try, and I need your support. Can you give me 6 months? Drink Shakeology with me. Try a workout program. If they don't want to work out, that's fine. They can just be a coach on Shakeology. And that way you can hit Emerald rank and you can start earning Team Cycle bonus, which is just basically bonus money Beachbody gives you every week. And at first it might only be $14 or $28, but over time it's going to make up the majority of your paycheck.
Okay.
So you want to hit Emerald rank as soon as possible, like quickly. The other task-oriented assignment is to hit Success Club every single month. And that just simply means helping at least 3 people get started with a challenge pack. That's not very much in a whole month. You could do it this week and hit Emerald and Success Club by the end of March. Easy.
Okay.
Easy. And then after that, just keep hitting Emerald over and over and over, just 2 coaches at a time. And if you can do that in a week, 2 coaches a week, you'll be at Diamond in no time. And that's where you're headed. That's where you're headed. So yeah, great question. Specifically, sign up your first 2 coaches and hit Emerald rank. And if both of them join with a challenge packs are 2 points each. So that's 4 points right there. You would just need 1 more point to hit Success Club. Okay?
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
That's your first assignment, and then just keep running from there.
All right. Thank you.
All right, girl. Go take care of that baby.
All right. Good evening.
Bye.